The pendulum swings. That's what one of my friends told me when I was kind of going through a rough situation in my life and I felt like I had made a bad decision, right? My friend told me the pendulum swings, my friend, right? And I had a friend tell me, think about all these guys in prison who they kind of made decisions that kind of like may have messed up their life. And they set the perfect launch pad for massive amounts of success. And I was kind of thinking about what he meant by that. He was basically telling me that, Ed, because you made a couple of mistakes in your life, because you made a couple of bad decisions, because, right, you kind of did things that you didn't really mean to do, you set the perfect environment and the perfect launch pad for massive amounts of success. He said, think about it, Ed. If you didn't destroy your life in some ways, you wouldn't be as super motivated to become a superstar of yourself. He said, think about the kind of guy you were before you made your mistakes, before you kind of went through your challenges. You probably weren't as motivated to become as successful as you did. And I was thinking about it and I said, you know what? This guy's actually right. When I was 20 years old, before I kind of went through my own challenges in life, I wasn't really motivated to become super successful. I was like, let me just make 100K a year and I'll be happy. Now, when I went through my own challenges and I started to grow spiritually and I kind of went through some real stuff in life, I said, you know what? I know who I am. I know what my soul is. I know what my life purpose is. And I am suddenly strong enough and ready enough to handle massive amounts of success. And I am now ready for it. And after that period of tumultuous times and challenges that I faced in my life, I was now prepared and I had the initiative and the energy to reach massive levels of success. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. In life and in the universe, the pendulum always swings, right? From left to right. There's a yin energy and yang energy. And this is not necessarily good and evil. This is literally just light and darkness, right? If you reach massive amounts of success in life, you're probably going to have some negative things happening to you from time to time. It's literally going to happen because the pendulum swings. If you're going up in life, I promise you the pendulum is going to swing in the opposite direction. And you're going to go through some rough times every once in a while. You're going to have something happening to you every once in a while. And you don't need to think about, oh, why me? Woe is me. You don't need to think about it like that. You just got to look at it as the pendulum swings. What goes up must come down. And what goes down must come up.